past a certain point in the ocean, sunlight is gone. Not dim, not weak. Gone, this starts at about 3,000 feet down. That is deeper than 10 tall buildings stacked one on top of the other. Past this point, there is no light at all, ever, not even a tiny bit. It is always night down there. It has always been night down there. And it always will be. The water is also almost freezing cold, and the weight of all that water above pushes down hard, much harder than the air pushes on us up here. It is dark, it is cold, it is heavy. This should be one of the worst places for any animal to live, and yet fish do live there. But they do not look like normal fish. Many have huge teeth that do not even fit inside their mouths. Some glow with their own light in the dark. Some have giant eyes. Some have almost no eyes at all. They look strange. They look like something from another planet. Why do they look so weird? Here is one easy guess. Maybe it is just an accident. Maybe deep sea fish look strange for no real reason at all. The same way one person might have curly hair and another does not, just by chance. But that guess is wrong. Nothing about these fish is random. Every strange part of their body is solving one exact problem. Down in that deep, dark, cold place, normal fish bodies simply would not work. So let's look at each strange part one at a time and see what problem it actually solves. First, think about the dark. With no light at all, seeing is very hard, so some deep sea fish grew huge eyes, much bigger than normal, built to catch even the tiniest bit of light. Other fish took a different path. They grew almost no eyes at all, because in total darkness, eyes are not very useful anyway. Instead, these fish use other body parts, like long feelers, to sense what is nearby without ever needing to see it. Both of these choices make sense once you think about it. A big eye is like a big bucket. A bigger bucket can catch more rain than a small one, even in a light drizzle. In the same way, a bigger eye can catch more tiny bits of light, even when almost no light is there at all. But growing a big eye takes a lot of the body's energy. And down in the deep sea, energy is hard to get since food is so hard to find. So for some fish, it is simply not worth it to keep large eyes working at all. It is smarter and cheaper to skip eyes completely and feel the way forward instead. Next, think about food. Down that deep, food is very hard to find. A fish might go a long time between meals. So when a meal finally does swim by, the fish cannot afford to let it get away. This is why so many deep-sea fish have huge mouths and long, sharp teeth. Some teeth are so long, the fish cannot even fully close its own mouth around them. That looks scary, but it works. One bite, and the meal cannot slip free. This is also why so many deep-sea fish will eat almost anything they find, no matter the size. Near the sunny surface, a small fish might only eat small food, and a big fish might only eat big food. But down in the deep sea, a fish often cannot wait around for the perfect meal to come along. If something edible swims by, even something almost as big as the fish itself, it is often smarter to try to eat it than to let it swim away and hope something smaller shows up later. Now think about light again, but in a new way. Some deep sea fish do not just look for light, they make their own. This is called living light, and it comes from special body parts built just for glowing. Some fish use this glow like a lantern to see nearby prey. Some use it like bait, dangling a small glowing light in front of their own mouth to trick smaller fish into swimming close. And some use tiny flashes of light just to find another fish of their same kind in the dark, since finding a mate down there is not easy either. There is one more strange trick worth knowing. Some deep sea fish have rows of small lights along their belly pointing straight down. This is not just for show. Any predator swimming below them might look up and see a dark shape blocking out the faint light from above. But the small belly lights cancel that shadow out, matching the color of the water above just enough to make the fish much harder to spot from below. It is a simple trick, but it can be the difference between staying safe and getting eaten. Finally, think about all that crushing weight from the water above. Up near the surface, fish need strong bones and hard shells to protect themselves. But down in the deep sea, that kind of strong, stiff body is not very useful. Soft, watery bodies handle heavy pressure much better than hard, stiff ones, since water inside the body can push back evenly against water pressing in from outside. This is why so many deep sea fish feel soft, almost jelly-like, with thin, weak bones. They do not need strong bodies down there, they need soft, flexible ones instead. Think of it like a plastic bottle full of water, sealed shut, sinking down into deep water. The water pressing on the outside pushes hard against the bottle, but the water already inside the bottle pushes back just as hard from the inside out. The two pushes balance each other out so the bottle does not get crushed. Now think of an empty bottle instead, one filled only with air. That bottle would get crushed almost right away, because air cannot push back nearly as hard as water can. This is very close to why soft, watery fish bodies survive so well down there, while stiff bodies built around empty space would not. So none of this is random after all. The huge eyes, the tiny eyes, the giant teeth, the glowing lights, the soft jelly-like bodies, every single one of these strange traits is solving a real problem caused by living in total darkness, deep cold, and heavy pressure. What looks alien to us is really just a perfect fit for a very different kind of home. We only think these fish look strange because we compare them to fish living near the sunny surface, in warm, bright, gentle water. But down in the deep sea, a huge mouth is not scary. It is smart. A soft body is not weak. It is safe. Down there, strange is simply normal. Once you understand this, deep sea fish stop looking like mistakes of nature. They start looking like careful answers to a very hard test, a test with no light, no warmth, and very little food. Every strange shape, every glowing light, every giant tooth is really just one more correct answer to that same hard test, written slowly over a very long time. So right now, in the coldest, darkest part of the ocean, far below any sunlight, a small point of light drifts slowly through the water. It glows softly, alone in the dark, waiting patiently for something small and curious to swim close enough to see.